I'm Bruce from S&S Cycle. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the S&S Stealth Air Cleaner Kit on this 2012 Harley-Davidson FLHX. For all you know, it might already be installed. That's what the Stealth Air Cleaners are all about. This is an S&S Performance Air Cleaner, but if you have a 1999 and later big twin with a twin cam 88, 96, or 103 engine, you can use the stock air cleaner cover so nobody will know that you have a little something extra going for you. Since your bike will look stock, you can fly under the radar, so to speak. That's not to say that this product will prevent you from getting a speeding ticket, but that's another story. So let's talk about the kit and what's in it. This is the Stealth Air Cleaner backplate. This one that'll go on our 2012 here is machined specifically for 2008 and later baggers with electronic throttle control, so-called throttle-by-wire. A number of other kits are available for different bikes with stock fuel systems. There are kits for 1993 through 99 carbureted big twins with Evolution engines, all 1999 and later carbureted and most EFI big twins, and 1991 and later Sportster models. There are also kits for engines with S&S Super E or G carbs. Installation is nearly identical for all these applications. The only stock fuel systems we don't have stealth kits for are 1996 through 2001 big twin models with the dual throat Magneti Marelli EFI system. If your throttle body looks like this, you can't be stealthy. You'll notice that this backplate, like all stealth products, is designed for late model engines with crankcase breathers routed through the heads. The breather fumes flow from the heads down these drilled oil passages into the throat of the intake. That's a nice feature because any oil vapor is just sucked in and burned up. It doesn't make a mess of your filter element. The filter element fits on the backplate like this. The filter top goes over the end of the filter. Here's a unique feature of the Stealth Air Cleaners. This air directional stinger cone and the radius inlet of the backplate provide a smooth path for the air to enter the carb or the throttle body. That results in less turbulence and more flow. More flow, more power. So now that we've seen what the parts look like, let's install it. The first thing we'll do is disconnect the negative battery terminal. That'll avoid any potential unpleasant surprises. We'll just remove the outer air cleaner cover from the bike and set it aside. This is the only stock part we'll keep. The rest can go in your junk drawer or wherever you store parts you'll never need again until you get sick of them and throw them away. We'll just remove these 3 screws from the air filter with a T25 Torx bit. Pull the hoses from the breather fittings and remove the filter. Remove the breather fittings using a 7/16 inch deep well socket. We need to remove this bracket. The screws that secure it to the throttle body are a little hard to get at, but not to worry. Just pull the wiring clip off and take them out with our trusty S&S rocker box wrench and a 5/8 inch open end wrench. You can also use a 3/16 Allen wrench, but this is a lot easier. With the screws out, we can remove the bracket, and we'll remove these wiring connectors from the clip. We won't be using them, so they can go in the junk drawer with everything else except the cover. We've just removed a support bracket from the throttle body, and you might be wondering what will support the throttle body. The answer is that the S&S backplate is metal and will provide this required support. The stock backplate is made of plastic, so the additional metal bracket was needed to support the throttle body. Next, we'll get the backplate ready to install. It's pretty simple. We'll just screw these 3 backplate screws into the backplate. Notice that the shank of the screw is smaller than the threads. That's pretty handy because once they're screwed into the backplate, they won't fall out. And they are less likely to back out and get sucked into your engine in the unlikely event that they should come loose due to vibration over the course of time. Believe me, that would not make you happy. Once the screws are installed, we can install the backplate gasket over them. The screws hold the gasket in place until you're ready to bolt this thing on the throttle body. This is a hollow breather bolt that holds the backplate securely to the cylinder head and provides a path for the crankcase vapors to get into the air cleaner. To make sure we have a good seal between the head of the bolt and the mounting ear, we'll install a rubber-coated washer on the bolt. Slide the bolt through the mounting ear on the backplate and install another rubber-coated washer to seal against the head. We'll do the same on the other mounting ear because we don't want either of them to leak. To make sure the air cleaner doesn't fall off of this Milwaukee vibrator, we'll apply a drop of blue Loctite to each of the backplate screws and the breather bolts. Don't skip this step, because trust me on this, you really don't want a backplate screw to come loose and go into your engine. Position the backplate on the engine and start the threads on all the screws and breather bolts, and snug them up. Torque the backplate screws to 72 inch-pounds. Use a feeler gauge to check for any gap between the heads and the backplate mounting gear. Normally there will be little if any gap, but due to machining tolerance stack-up on all the parts involved, there might be a slight gap. In this case, there is no gap, so we're good to go. We can final tighten the breather bolts to 10 foot-pounds. If there had been a gap wider than the thickness of one of the rubber washes, usually about 20 thousandths, we'd have added another rubber-coated washer between the head and the backplate mounting ear. We want to minimize the gap so we don't stress the mounting ears on the backplate when you tighten them. That could result in the mounting ear breaking off. Now that we have the air cleaner backplate installed, we can install the filter and the filter top. The filter fits on the backplate like this. The filter top fits on over the filter element with the directional stinger cone pointing in toward the throttle body. There's a mark that says down on the bottom of the filter top. Oddly enough, that part goes down. The main thing to remember is the S&S logo is on top, always. It's held in place with these two 1/4-20 flange socket head screws. Apply a drop of blue Loctite to each of the screws, thread them in, and torque them to 72 inch-pounds. Now for the sneaky part. Now that the S&S air cleaner is installed, we can cover it up with our stock air cleaner cover. Apply some blue Loctite to the 5/16 button head cap screw and install the cover. Torque the center screw to 10 foot-pounds, and we have a sleeper hog on our hands. We're ready to ride. There are people who want to go fast and keep their performance modifications on the QT. Of course, there are others who figure if you got it, flaunt it. With the Stealth air cleaners, you can go either way. The stock air cleaner cover gives you the performance and a stock look, but we have a number of other covers available if you want a different style. Tired of the stock look? Okay, let's try something else. How about the Airstream cover? This is a modified version of the classic S&S teardrop design. That's pretty cool, but maybe it would look better in black. After all, this bike has the black S&S exhaust installed. Let's stick with that dark theme here. It's not a big deal to change it and see. Changing covers only takes a couple of minutes. Looks good to me, but maybe the teardrop shape doesn't crank your tractor. How about one of our bobber covers? This is the domed chrome bobber cover. It leaves the filter exposed for a more aggressive look. Let's see what a black bobber cover looks like. This is the dished bobber cover in blackjack finish. These bobber covers are made of billet aluminum and are either chrome plated or powder coated. You know, they all look pretty cool, but for my personal taste, I like the black Airstream the best on this bagger. The sportier bobber covers really shine on bikes like this Sportster. Or not, if you're not into chrome, how about a black cover? There's even a special cover kit called the muscle cover that uses muscle car style hood pin fasteners to hold the cover on. The muscle cover is really cool, but it requires a little different installation procedure, so we'll cover that in a separate video. As you can see, the S&S Stealth air cleaner is really easy to install, and it offers a lot of styling options. Of course, to get the maximum performance gains, you should install a performance exhaust. Our bagger here already has the S&S PowerTune dual headers and SPO mufflers, so this bike's ready to go. EFI calibration is not generally necessary when installing mufflers in an air cleaner, but we do recommend it for maximum power gains. We hope this video helps you get the job done, and we hope to see you on the road, not on the side of it.
Okay, that's a wrap. We're done here. Wait a minute. Don't we have to do all that legal stuff?
Oh, I almost forgot. Just to keep the lawyers happy, we need to mention that if you don't have the tools or the skills required to install the Stealth air cleaner kit, we suggest that you seek the services of a professional mechanic to install it for you.
For more information on the products featured here, please head to our website, denniskirk.com.